Let's ride.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my vlog channel. Sorry that it's been over a week since I've uploaded. I really aim for like one upload a week, but it's been really busy. First, I got a gnarly case of impetigo that was just like really preventing me from getting in front of a camera. Trust me, you don't want to see it. Then in other news, I also got engaged. I got engaged on August 1st. Josh popped the question. So I've just been offline enjoying spending time with him and telling our friends and family. But I did do a whole story time if you watch my ASMR channel. Anyway, yes, I'm in my fiance era. We're starting off August with a bang. Today we are going to be talking about my August TBR. I'm doing something a little bit different this month, and I just picked whatever the I wanted. I didn't use the TBR jar. I didn't have my cats do it. Maybe next month I'll have my fiance pick my TBR. That could be kind of fun. Maybe have Josh pick. But for this month, I just selected, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 books that just sound interesting, that I feel like I'm in the mood for. We'll see if I get to them. Usually I feel like I read a little more than half. So let's do a quick overview for July. This was my July TBR, and these are the books that I managed to read. So let's talk about my August reads, starting with the one that I'm currently reading. It is When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. I feel like this is BookTube and BookTalk's newest romantasy darling. And I've just heard that it's really good. It is thick. It's a solid like 700 page plus book, and it is an epic high adult fantasy romance. I basically just want to read this month because it's being so hyped up. I am currently about 200 pages in, so I am getting sort of the backbones of the story. I've met our two main characters, Rave and Khan. Rave is an assassin. Think very much like a wannabe Selena Sardathian. They are very much cut from the same cloth, super sassy, and Khan is actually a king in this empire that he has with his two brothers, and he recently lost the love of his life. So he's like heartbroken, kind of going through some stuff, but his niece comes to him and needs his help. And then he runs into Rave when she is captured and put into his prison. And the story goes from there. Even like time and this world, how time is measured is different than it is in real life. So there's a lot of world building that you got to get used to in like the first 150 pages. There's even like a huge glossary in the beginning. But I feel like I'm finally getting like into the breadth of the story, and we'll see how it goes. Just a good old classic romantasy. I feel like I haven't been having the best luck with romantasies. I feel like a lot of them just feel like a lot of copy and paste tropes and ideas. So if you have any really good romantasy recs that are like unique and fresh with good writing, let me know in the comments. Next, we got to talk about my Patreon book club pick. So I do have an ASMR book club where I read a romance book each month with my patrons. It is the $5 tier. And each month, all my Patreon besties vote on which book we're going to read. So for August, they voted on A Novel Love Story by Ashley Poston. I am so excited to read this. I really enjoyed The 7-Year Slip, and we read that maybe back in like April or something, and I gave it like a 4.5 stars. I really liked it. So this one sounds just as good. It is about a girl who's like taking a road trip, and she stumbles upon the town of her favorite romance book, and that just sounds like a dream come true. Like imagine you're just on a road trip and suddenly you're in Chestnut Springs. Stop. That just made me sad because I know that's never gonna happen. Not the AC turning on. It's like 99 degrees outside, so hopefully you don't mind. And hopefully the mic isn't picking it up too bad. But yeah, this sounds really interesting, and I'm super excited to pick it up this month. So join the Patreon and come read it with us. The next book on my TBR is a book that I feel like just kind of embodies Brat Summer, and this is kind of the end of Brat Summer. It is slowly dwindling down, but I really feel like the remix album is coming, and I still want to stay in that mindset. Do you guys want to see a Brat book Rex? Either books that I feel like really embody the Brat energy, or books that I want to read that I feel like will. Let me know in the comments if you want to see a Brat Summer book Rex video. I have it on my list, but I just didn't know if it would be good, and now I feel like what if it's too late to do it? So I don't know. Comment a green emoji if you want to see a brat book Rex. But this is one that I definitely feel like fits the bill. It is Tacky, Love Letters to the Worst Culture We Have to Offer by Rax King. And it's just a story collection about a bunch of different stuff about Rax's upbringing that other people might find tacky, that she loves. I actually want to read a little bit of the back. An irreverent and charming debut about the joys of low culture and bad taste, exploring coming of age in the era of Hot Topic, Creed, and frosted lip gloss. Sounds so good. I bought this on Pango when I saw the cover because it's just everything to me, and I feel like it really fits the moment. So that's next. Then we have a few new releases that are on my radar that I just can't help but want to pick up. First is Honey by Isabel Banta. I got the advanced audiobook on Libro FM, so I'm definitely going to listen to it as well as read this copy that I got from Book of the Month. But this is a debut coming of age novel about our main character Amber, and it's set in the late 90s, early 2000s, and it's literally just like a pop star's rise to fame. And if you know anything about me, I love pop music. I mean, if it wasn't obvious by how much I just talked about Charlie XCX. Pop is my number one genre. I'm forever a pop girl. I was raised on it, and I'm just so excited to read this book. This is one that ever since it came out like 2 months ago, I've been itching to read it because I feel like there's not that many books about pop stars. So the cover is everything to me. Then we have a new fantasy romance release. This is Beautiful Villain by Rebecca Kenny. Now, I don't know much about the synopsis, and I do kind of want to go into it blind, but I saw that it says it is a Great Gatsby romantasy retelling, and I love The Great Gatsby. The Great Gatsby is one of my favorite classics of all time, and so I just think it's going to be fun. I feel like it's going to be unserious, and it's probably going to be silly, but I'm going to like suspend my disbelief and just go into it for the vibes. And I mean, you put Great Gatsby and like Hot Fae in the same sentence, and I'm there. I'm right there. Also, I really love these dark green sprayed edges. So gorgeous. And the last new release that I'm going to put on my August TBR is Five Brothers by Penelope Douglas. Now, I know that this is technically in the same world as Tris 6 Venom, but a lot of my mutuals have been reading it, and they've said, one, that they love it, and two, that you don't even need to read Tris 6 Venom before you read this. And the synopsis just sounds so intriguing that I can't help but want to pick it up immediately. Macon is the oldest, 31, ex-Marine. I don't think I've ever seen him smile. Army's 28, a single dad with the most beautiful green eyes. He has no idea who he is, if not a Jaeger brother. Iron will be in prison soon. You'd never think it to meet him. He's a nice guy, actually, but he can't stop reacting to everything. Dallas is the one that I hate. 21, cruel, and selfish. He takes and then throws away what's left. And Trace is mine. Or he was, for about 2 seconds. No one can tame him for long. Not that I ever wanted to. It was fun, but now I need to go back home. I just want to crash on the couch tonight. Their house is dark and quiet, and everyone else is asleep, except for him. He sees me crying and comes at me from behind. I let him wrap me in his arms and hold me tightly. His breath is on my neck. His fingers are in my hair, and he doesn't stop there. But I don't think it was Trace. Sorry, that just sounds juicy and scandalous, and I want to know what the fuck happened. I want to know which of these 5 brothers she gets down and dirty with in the middle of the night. But she does have romantic connections with several of these brothers, but she chooses one in the end. So it's not a why choose romance. But either way, the plot just sounds super salacious, and I'm into it. Next, we have a self-help book. I've slowly been getting into my nonfiction bag lately, trying to read a bit more books to help me understand myself. And this is one that I've had on my shelf for a while, but I also have the audiobook from the library, so I feel like it's a great time to put it on my TBR. It is The Body Keeps the Score by Bessel van der Kolk. Brain, mind, and body in the healing of trauma. And I feel like this is something that I've been struggling with a lot, where it's like logically or mentally I can work through what's happened to me in the past, but it's hard for me to know how to calm my body's reactions. So I'm hoping this book will give me some insight. I've heard really, really great reviews. So far, my self-help book journey has been pretty bland, and a lot of books don't really give me much, but I have high hopes for this one. Next, we have a spicy, smutty romance that I picked up from Barnes that I just thought I would throw on my TBR as a nice little palette cleanser. This is Camera Shy by Kay Cove, and it matches my nails so beautifully. It says, I was expecting a ring on my 30th birthday. What I didn't see coming was my boyfriend and business partner dumping me because he couldn't bear the idea of our bland sex life for the rest of our lives. When an opportunity arises to spend my summer in Vegas, I stumble upon my hot new neighbor and his photography studio. We strike a simple deal. He's the teacher, I'm the student. My lesson is learning how to love the body I have. In exchange, I'm going to save his business. I have exactly one summer to unearth the most confident version of myself. But after a passion-fueled summer, I'm not sure who I am anymore, and it's clear that the worst heartbreak of my life might still be yet to come. So, yeah. Sounds spicy, smutty, scandalous. It's funny because I bought this right before I got engaged, not even knowing. And the last book that I'm going to put on my August TBR is one that I've had for a while, and the premise sounds so interesting. This is one where I was just browsing the shelves in stores, and I stumbled upon this, read the synopsis, and I took it home. I've not heard a single person talk about this book, but that's not going to stop me from reading it. And I love the cover. The cover is gorgeous. 24-year-old New York bookseller Naomi Ackerman is desperate to write a novel, but struggles to find a story to tell. Bitch, my life story. When after countless disastrous dates, she meets Caleb. Oh my God, I literally can't read. I don't have contacts in. Couch? Girl. She meets Caleb, a perfectly nice guy with a Welsh accent and a unique patience for all her quirks. She thinks she's finally stumbled onto a time-honored subject, love. Then, Caleb's ex-girlfriend, Rosemary, enters the scene. Upon learning that Rosemary is not safely tucked away in Caleb's homeland overseas, but in fact lives in New York and also works in the literary world, Naomi is threatened and intrigued in equal measure. If they both fell for the same man, what else might they have in common? The more Naomi learns about Rosemary, the more curiosity consumes her. Before she knows it, her casual Instagram stalking morphs into a friendship under false pretenses and becomes the subject of her newest novel. As her lies and half-truths spiral out of control, fact and fiction become increasingly different to untangle. Naomi must decide what and who she's willing to sacrifice to write the perfect ending. That just sounds fucking good as hell. Very excited to pick this up. Those are the books on my August TBR. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks in advance for all your well wishes on the engagement, or if you saw it over on my Instagram, I did post yesterday as well. But yes, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, just to stay tuned for my future videos. I'm currently working on This Video Ends When I Find a 5-Star Read, so maybe it will be one of these books. But also, let me know if you want to see the Brat Summer Book Recs. And I will talk to you very, very soon. Bye! Beep, beep, so let's ride.